Tell me if any of this sounds familiar. You have a huge project due at 11:59 p.m. today. Haven't even started it. You also realize that you don't have any underwear to wear tomorrow because you have neglected your laundry for 4 weeks. Now, instead of doing said laundry or even trying to start the project that's due at 11:59, all you want to do is color a new page in your coloring book or make a new bracelet. Welcome to the world of ADHD. Hi, my name is Maame'Ama, and I am here to talk to you briefly about attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. So what exactly is ADHD? ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder that impairs your executive function, and it is characterized by inattention, impulsivity, and hyperactivity. Now, there are 3 types of ADHD. The ADHD predominantly hyperactive type, ADHD predominantly inattentive type, and then the ADHD combined type. Now, somebody with the ADHD predominantly hyperactive type is somebody who fidgets a lot, they talk a lot, they have a very hard time sitting still for a long period of time. They constantly feel restless, and they are very impulsive. They may interrupt or disrupt a conversation. They will speak at inappropriate times. They will have a very hard time waiting their turn or listening to directions. And somebody with this type of ADHD is more prone to accidents and injuries than any type of person. Now, the ADHD predominantly inattentive type, somebody with this type of ADHD will have trouble with organization or finishing tasks. They will have a hard time paying attention to details or following instructions or following along with conversations. Somebody with this type of ADHD is very easily distracted and forgets basic details of a daily routine. Now, somebody with the ADHD combined type, which is the most common type of ADHD, will have symptoms and characteristics of both of these types of ADHD listed above. Now, some common symptoms that run throughout all types of ADHD are the constant daydreaming. ADHDers forget and lose things a lot. Yes, everybody loses things and forgets things like where they put their keys, but people with ADHD do it significantly more. They squirm or fidget. They can't sit still most of the time. They talk too much, and they make careless mistakes and take unnecessary risks. Think about that one friend you have that just cannot say no to a dare. I dare you to jump off a cliff, and they feel like they just have to do it. They have trouble taking turns, and they definitely have trouble getting along with others. And so people with ADHD will have trouble in relationships, whether it be a friendship or romantic relationship or just relationships with friends and family members. So I found this ADHDer YouTuber who kind of puts ADHD into perspective a little bit. So I wanted us to watch a short clip from one of his YouTube videos.
Wow, did you clean your room? Yeah, I couldn't bring my new Lego set into a dirty room. Did you move all the furniture around again? Yeah, how else would I get my homework done? Hey, how do you like your new iPad? Still getting it set up? I love it, I already drew a picture. Are you studying right now? Oh yeah, I got really motivated after I bought this new pencil. How much water have you drank today? I don't know, but I love using this new water bottle.
So as you can see, ADHDers are very much motivated by newness or new things. You'll find us always starting a new project, always finding something new to do or getting excited about something while not finishing old things or not finishing old tasks. That is because we are constantly chasing dopamine. One of the things that is different from an ADHD brain as compared to a regular brain is that we have a deficiency of both dopamine and serotonin. And so we are constantly chasing that feel good neurotransmitter. And that can come from anywhere, really. It can come from coloring a page in your coloring book or finishing a novel, even though you're supposed to be doing your homework or something other, and things like that. So there are treatments for ADHD. One of the treatments is cognitive behavioral therapy. And cognitive behavioral therapy focuses on the behavior. It gives you skills to cope with ADHD. Also, a lot of people with ADHD are put on medication. So there are different medications that some ADHDers use. Some use stimulants and others use non-stimulants. Some examples of stimulants are Adderall, Concerta, Vyvanse, and some non-stimulants are bupropion and others. Because ADHDers have a lot of restless energy, we have to find places to put that energy. And so another thing that we can use to help us are fidget toys or fidget objects, like a fidget spinner or those poppets that you see everywhere. Those are basically people self-medicating for their ADHD. So there are definitely a lot of myths and misconceptions when it comes to ADHD. One of the very big ones is that ADHD is not real and that it's just a made up thing, or that everybody is just a little bit ADHD. Everybody forgets their keys, or everybody forgets to turn off the stove every once in a while. But for people with ADHD, it's basically all the time. Another myth or misconception that's actually very hurtful to people with ADHD, and I've heard a lot in my lifetime, is if you cared, you would remember. It is not true. We care a lot. We just have a very hard time remembering things, and so on and so forth. That is my time, but I hope you learned a little bit about ADHD. There are some resources that can help, and also where I got my sources from. chad.org, and the CDC website as it pertains to ADHD. Thank you for listening.